Today, a profound shift is brewing in the cosmic tapestry above, poised to fundamentally alter the lens through which you perceive yourself. If you've lately been wrestling with a pervasive sense of invisibility, feeling relegated to the background while the world's spotlight invariably finds everyone else, then lean in closely. There's a precise, undeniable reason for this lingering shadow, and consider this your cosmic eviction notice. It ends today. On Thursday, April 23rd, as the clock ticks precisely to 30:40 in the afternoon, the moon embarks on a momentous journey. It gracefully departs the gentle, protective, and deeply private waters of Cancer, a realm of nurturing and introspection. In a breathtaking celestial transition, it steps boldly into the fiery, unapologetically radiant domain of Leo. And when this happens, the universe doesn't merely suggest you shine, it roars a demand for your brilliance. This isn't just another fleeting lunar transit. This is the universe's dramatic gesture, the cosmic equivalent of a dazzling spotlight, once scattered, now slamming down directly upon you. It's a forceful, undeniable invitation, or perhaps a gentle shove, out of the comforting obscurity of the shadows and directly onto the grand stage of your own life. Yet, here's the quiet irony. Most will remain oblivious to the monumental energy shift unfolding. They might experience a flicker of restlessness, a surge of unexpected courage, then dismiss it as nothing more than a passing mood, just another unremarkable day. But you, my dear, you will feel it with the searing intensity of a lightning bolt striking straight to your heart. Because this Leo moon doesn't arrive as a solitary traveler. Just a few hours later, as twilight deepens into night at 10,000th p.m., the first quarter moon locks into an intricate, fixed T-square formation. This formidable alignment involves the audacious moon in Leo, squaring off against the grounded sun in Taurus, which is, in turn, squaring the revolutionary Pluto in Aquarius. Imagine a cosmic pressure cooker, the kind that transforms raw ingredients into something extraordinary under intense heat. This configuration acts precisely as such, generating an almost unbearable celestial tension, designed to force profound breakthroughs that have been years, perhaps even decades, in silent gestation. And if this wasn't enough to stir the very foundations of your being, just moments before the first quarter moon reaches its crescendo, Venus and Uranus and electrifying collision. They meet at the anaretic degree, the potent, fateful, final 29th degree of Taurus. Astrologers whisper of this as the millionaire degree, a point of karmic culmination and profound destiny. When this specific degree activates, prepare for seismic shifts. Relationships can shatter or solidify with startling speed. Fortunes can pivot dramatically, and the entire trajectory of your life, once seemingly fixed, can veer onto an entirely new path in the blink of an eye. This isn't merely about feeling a fleeting surge of confidence for a day or two. This is about a fundamental, irreversible reset in how you present yourself, how you inhabit your own existence in the world. The universe is extending a rare, unmistakable invitation, a golden ticket to step fully into your main character energy. It's a call to shed the apologies for your innate light, to stop shrinking yourself to accommodate others' comfort, and to finally, defiantly, claim the spotlight that has always, inherently, been yours. And here's what amplifies the intensity even further. 3 zodiac signs are exceptionally positioned to receive the full bounty of this transit. Leo, Taurus, and Aries, prepare yourselves. You are on the precipice of experiencing a cosmic payoff so immense, so undeniably generous, it will feel as though the universe itself has ceremoniously handed you the keys to its kingdom. But even if your birth chart doesn't prominently feature these 3, rest assured, this potent, transformative energy is still making its way to you. Because when the Leo moon rises in all its glory, everyone, without exception, is granted the profound opportunity to rewrite their story. The crucial question that remains is, are you truly ready to seize it? Today, the moon demands an end to your hiding. Let's be unequivocally real for a moment. Over the past few days, you've likely felt a subtle, almost indescribable offness. Perhaps you've been more susceptible to emotional fluctuations than usual, feeling an insistent pull to retreat into your familiar shell, craving the sanctuary of home, yearning to shield and nurture your precious energy in private. This isn't coincidence. It's because the moon has been traversing Cancer, the sign of the nurturing crab, the master builder of emotional walls designed for safety. This deep, comforting, yet isolating energy has been drawing you inward, compelling you to prioritize comfort, security, and emotional safety above all else. But today, precisely at 30:40 in the afternoon, that energy undergoes a dramatic, absolute flip. The moon crosses the threshold into Leo, and with an almost palpable shift, everything that once felt private, hidden, and meticulously protected now screams for visibility. Leo, after all, doesn't do subtle. Leo doesn't cower in the corners. Leo is the only sign under the direct rulership of the sun, the blazing heart of our solar system, the very source of all light, life, and warmth. And when the moon, that celestial mirror governing your deepest emotions, your subconscious landscapes, your most fundamental needs, moves into the sun's majestic domain, something truly extraordinary, truly alchemical, occurs within you. You will find that comfort in the shadows is no longer an option. Your emotional baseline undergoes a radical reorientation, shifting from the quiet imperative of, "I need to protect myself," to the vibrant, undeniable declaration of, "I need to express myself." The part of you that has been patiently, perhaps even painfully, hiding, that untamed, creative, playful, unapologetically bold essence, suddenly begins to scream for attention. And the longer you attempt to suppress this rising tide, the more profound and unsettling your discomfort will become. This isn't some random, fleeting whim of the cosmos. This is a divine mandate. The universe is unequivocally informing you that playing small is no longer a viable option. That past version of you, the one who stayed quiet in important meetings, who deliberately downplayed your accomplishments, who consciously dimmed your light to make others feel more at ease, that version simply will not survive this transit. Because the Leo moon doesn't just want you to shine, it needs you to. It's as if the universe has flicked a cosmic switch, and suddenly the only path to genuine emotional balance and inner peace is to step courageously into the spotlight and fully own your intrinsic brilliance. And if you dare to resist, if you cling stubbornly to the perceived safety of concealment, that's when the true discomfort sets in. You'll feel a relentless restlessness, an agitated stirring deep within, an almost suffocating sensation under the immense weight of your own unexpressed potential. Because, here's the unvarnished truth, you were never ever meant to be invisible. Your inner child is now screaming for attention. And here's the crucial why. Remember when I mentioned there was a specific underlying reason for your feelings of being overlooked, of perpetually existing in the background? This precisely is it. Your inner child is stirring from its long slumber, and it is resolutely refusing to go back to sleep. In astrology, Leo proudly rules the 5th house, the vibrant domain of creativity, unadulterated joy, romance, spontaneous playfulness, and, yes, the sacred inner child. This is the core of you that simply yearns to create, to play, to be celebrated for the sheer miracle of your existence. For far too many of us, this vital part of ourselves became buried beneath layers of expectation a very long time ago. Perhaps you were incessantly told to be serious, to grow up, to stop seeking attention. Perhaps you learned, through countless subtle cues, that being too much was inherently a bad thing. Maybe you've diligently spent years performing a carefully curated version of yourself, palatable, professional, perpetually polite. A persona that, while socially acceptable, became utterly disconnected from the wild, creative, joyful, and utterly unique energy that has always pulsed within you. But today, as the moon enters Leo, that inner child, once silenced, now adamantly refuses to be ignored any longer. You might experience it physically, a sudden warmth blossoming in your chest, an irrepressible urge to spontaneously dance, to sing aloud, to pick up a paintbrush, to write with abandon, or to simply engage in something purely for the unadulterated joy it brings. You might feel an insistent restlessness, a deep-seated need to move, to create, to express the swirling emotions within. Some people even report a vibrant tingling sensation in their heart chakra, as if something long dormant is finally, gloriously returning to life. And here's the secret truth nobody tells you. This isn't merely about creativity for creativity's sake. This is a profound act of reclaiming your very vitality, your life force. Because when you suppress your joy, when you silence that vibrant inner child, you're not just dimming your outer light. You are, in essence, severing yourself from the very source of your life force, operating on barely half your true power. The Leo moon arrives as a potent, loving reminder that you are unequivocally allowed to take up space. You are allowed to be loud. You are allowed to desire and receive attention. You are allowed to be celebrated in all your magnificent authenticity. This is the part of you that has been screaming beneath the surface, begging to be seen, to be heard, to be acknowledged in its full splendor. And today, that urgent scream becomes utterly impossible to ignore. So, if you've been feeling this burgeoning creative energy, this desperate, urgent need to break free from the mundane and predictable, trust it implicitly. Because that isn't chaos. That is your soul, roaring its demand to be lived out loud. Now, for the crisis that forces your breakthrough, if the Leo moon were merely about feeling a pleasant surge of confidence and creativity, that would be one thing. But the cosmic narrative is rarely so straightforward. Because tonight, at 10:03 p.m., the moon reaches its first quarter phase, and that's when the energetic intensity escalates dramatically. In the timeless rhythm of the lunar cycle, the first quarter moon is universally known as the crisis in action. It's the pivotal moment when the intentions you carefully planted during the new moon on April 17th confront their very first, most significant test. It's the point where the universe, with an almost challenging gaze, says, "Okay, you declared you wanted change. Now, prove it." And this particular first quarter moon, it's not just a test, it's an alchemical crucible. Here's why this particular alignment is so potent. The moon in Leo is forming a powerful, fixed T-square with the steadfast sun in Taurus and the transformative Pluto in Aquarius. For those not fluent in the intricate language of astrology, let me offer a straightforward translation. You are being pulled simultaneously and intensely in three fundamentally divergent directions, and the resulting tension is extreme. On one side, the Leo moon is demanding that you courageously follow your heart, embrace calculated risks, express your authentic self with undeniable boldness, and unequivocally claim your rightful spotlight. It's pure, unadulterated fire, pure, untamed passion, a resounding, "I don't care what anyone thinks. This is profoundly who I am." On the opposing side, the sun in Taurus is anchoring you, demanding stability, practical considerations, and undeniable material security. The Taurus energy asks, with a pragmatic furrowed brow, that how will you sustain this? What's the concrete plan? What about your existing responsibilities? It's the resonant voice of reason, the cautionary whisper, the grounded force that urges, slow down, build a solid foundation first. And then, There's Pluto in Aquarius, lurking in the background like a silent, relentless agent of systemic deconstruction. Pluto cares not for your individual ego or the balance in your bank account. Pluto is singularly focused on profound transformation. It is the raw, primal force that declares, "Burn it all down. Destroy what is obsolete and stagnant. Surrender your individual desires to the inexorable tide of collective evolution." And you, my friend, find yourself standing squarely in the eye of this cosmic tug-of-war, feeling the immense strain from all sides. A part of you yearns to leap fearlessly into the unknown, guided solely by your heart's desire. Another part desperately wants to remain safe and meticulously build something tangible and enduring. And yet another part of you possesses an unsettling intuition that everything you thought you knew is collapsing anyway, rendering the struggle seemingly pointless. This, precisely, is the cosmic pressure cooker. This is the electrifying moment where something inevitably has to give. And here's the exquisite, terrifying truth, that intense pressure is the very catalyst that forges the breakthrough. Because when you are irrevocably compelled to choose between the fervent whispers of your heart, the comforting embrace of your security, and the undeniable call of your evolution, when you stand at that pivotal crossroads with no easy answer in sight, that, my friend, is when you truly discover who you are at your core. That is when you cease negotiating with your boundless potential and finally begin living it. Something truly shocking is poised to happen to your relationships today. But wait, before the first quarter moon even reaches its dramatic peak, something else occurs. An event that possesses the sheer power to completely upend your entire life within the span of just a few hours. At 10 o'clock tonight, Venus and Uranus converge at the anaretic degree of Taurus. If the profound implications of that astrological term elude you, then pay exceptionally close attention, because this singular moment could very well be the most significant turning point of your entire year. In the esoteric language of astrology, the 29th degree of any zodiac sign is known as the anaretic degree, the degree of fate, of crisis, and of karmic culmination. It represents the absolute final, most intense moment before a planet prepares to transition into a completely new elemental energy, carrying with it all the lessons and experiences of the preceding sign. When a planet occupies this degree, it operates under extreme, palpable pressure, driven by an urgent need to resolve, finalize, and complete all the karmic lessons associated with that sign before its imminent departure. It's frantic, it's urgent, it's undeniably fated. And when Venus, the celestial sovereign of love, relationships, money, and self-worth, converges with Uranus, the planet of sudden disruption, radical liberation, and shocking awakenings. At this hypercharged degree, the results are nothing short of explosive. This is the kind of transit where long-standing relationships can dissolve overnight, leaving you stunned. It's also the energy that might bring someone you thought you'd never hear from again, walking unexpectedly back into your life. It's when a stunning financial opportunity can materialize seemingly out of nowhere, or conversely, a reliable source of income can abruptly dry up. It's the moment you wake up with a jolt and realize, with unwavering clarity, that you simply cannot continue living the way you've been living. Uranus has been diligently moving through Taurus since 2018, spending the past 8 years systematically dismantling every outdated structure in your life. This includes your deep-seated relationship to money, your very sense of security, the way you inhabit your physical body, and the core values that define you. And now, at this very last, climactic degree, as Uranus prepares to make its final exit from Taurus for good on April 25th, Venus appears for one last, dramatic, and intensely impactful collision. It's as if the universe is delivering a clear, non-negotiable message. Here is your absolute last chance. Break free or remain eternally stuck. Choose now. And here's where the blazing Leo moon becomes your crucial ally. Because without the courage, the inherent boldness, the unapologetic self-expression that Leo so generously offers, you might lack the formidable strength required to make that terrifying choice. You might, in an understandable moment of fear, cling desperately to what is familiar, even if that familiarity is slowly, painfully eroding your spirit. But with the Leo moon radiating its powerful fire across the sky, you are not merely granted permission to choose yourself, you are, in no uncertain terms, commanded to. The moon in Leo infuses you with the very fire, the audacity, the sheer, unyielding guts to walk away from what is stagnant, what is dying, and to fiercely claim what is authentically aligned with your highest truth. Some astute astrologers affectionately refer to this as the millionaire degree, due to its powerful association with sudden, massive financial shifts. And while that might sound exhilarating, it's crucial to remember that not all shifts are upwardly mobile. This potent energy can indeed bring unexpected windfalls, but it can also usher in sudden, significant losses. The fundamental key here is this: whatever profound shift manifests today is ultimately meant to liberate you. If something breaks apart today, it's because, in the grand cosmic scheme, it was never meant to last. And if something entirely new and unexpected arrives, it's because you are finally, truly, ready to receive it. Now, a word about the shadow side when the spotlight backfires. Before we venture any further, it's imperative that we address the potent shadow aspect of the Leo moon. While this glorious energy can be undeniably magnetic, deeply warm, exceptionally generous, and wildly confident, it also possesses the potential to spiral into something profoundly toxic, if not consciously navigated. Leo, at its most distorted, becomes desperate for external validation. It embodies the energy of the individual who cannot cease talking about themselves, who habitually dominates every conversation, who feels an insatiable need to be the absolute center of attention at all times, lest they crumble under the weight of their own insecurity. It is, at its core, a fragile ego masquerading as unshakable confidence. And if you've been starved for genuine recognition, if you've been consistently ignored or dismissed for an agonizingly long time, the Leo moon can inadvertently trigger a type of emotional hunger that feels utterly insatiable. You might find yourself compulsively posting more on social media, subtly fishing for compliments, or relentlessly seeking external validation in a desperate attempt to fill an internal void. You might become overly dramatic, blowing minor conflicts far out of proportion simply to feel seen, to elicit a reaction. You might even lash out with uncharacteristic vehemence at people who fail to give you the attention you believe you so rightfully deserve. And here lies the profound danger. The more frantically you chase external applause, the emptier, the more hollow you will ultimately feel. Because the Leo moon isn't here to instruct you on how to solicit attention from others. It is here, fundamentally, to teach you how to lavish that attention upon yourself. The ultimate challenge of this powerful transit is to meticulously build what I lovingly call the adoring audience within. This means cultivating the sacred practice of celebrating yourself, of honoring your own achievements, of recognizing your inherent brilliance, not because anyone else validates it, but because you intrinsically know your own profound worth. It means courageously undertaking the vital work of healing that wounded inner child who was once told they were too much, or tragically, not enough. And it means learning wholeheartedly to be your own biggest, most devoted fan. Because when your self-worth is deeply anchored internally, the external validation you receive becomes a delightful bonus, a pleasant affirmation, rather than an existential necessity. You shine, not because you desperately need someone to confirm your radiance, but because it is simply, fundamentally, who you are. And that, my friend, is when the Leo moon reaches its highest, most magnificent expression. That is when you become truly, irresistibly magnetic. Not because you are desperately craving attention, but because your light is so genuine, so deeply grounded, so utterly undeniable that people cannot help but be drawn to its authentic glow. Leo, this is your moment. The throne is waiting. All right, magnificent Leo, this section is exclusively for you. If your sun, moon, or ascendant rising sign falls in Leo, then I implore you, stop everything you are doing and listen with every fiber of your being, because today is undeniably your day. After what may have felt like months, perhaps even years of intense inner work of battling insidious self-doubt, of meticulously dimming your own brilliant light to make others feel more comfortable in your presence, the universe is finally, emphatically, placing you back on your rightful throne. The moon's grand entrance into your first house of identity is akin to the cosmos flipping a majestic switch. Suddenly, everything that once felt heavy, oppressive, and burdensome begins to lift with surprising ease. Everything that felt stubbornly blocked or obstructed begins to clear, revealing a smooth, open path. That past version of you who has been patiently hiding in the background, the one who has been playing small, who has second-guessed every single move, that version, Leo, is unequivocally done. Today, you step back into the full, unbridled force of your power, and the entire world will not just notice, it will pay attention. You've undoubtedly been through the ringer with the recent intense Aquarius, Leo eclipse axis. You've been relentlessly forced to confront your deepest shadows, to release old, limiting identities, and to bravely face the parts of yourself you've painstakingly avoided. And let's be honest, it has been nothing short of brutal. But today you receive your magnificent reward. The spotlight that has seemingly evaded you, that you've secretly yearned for, it is gloriously back. And this time, it's not going anywhere. Expect sudden, undeniable recognition. Expect people to finally, truly see you for the magnificent, authentic being you truly are. Expect career breakthroughs that, just weeks ago, felt utterly impossible, materializing out of thin air. Expect exceptional opportunities to land gracefully in your lap, not because you relentlessly chase them, but because your magnetic energy is finally, perfectly aligned with your destiny. With the benevolent giant Jupiter preparing to enter your sign later this year, today's potent Leo moon serves as the crucial ignition sequence for a massive, unprecedented expansion of your personal power, your innate creative leadership, and your utterly magnetic presence. This, Leo, is your main character moment, fully realized and vibrantly manifest in the material world. And the absolute best part? You're not performing anymore. You're not pretending. You are simply, authentically being yourself. And that, my dear Leo, is more than enough. The universe is proclaiming, with a resounding welcome, we've been waiting for you. Welcome back. Taurus, the breakthrough you've been waiting for is here. Steadfast Taurus, you are currently standing at the very epicenter of a cosmic storm, and I need you to grasp just how monumental this precise moment is for you. The sun is valiantly lighting up your first house of identity, infusing you with a renewed sense of vitality, purpose, and self-awareness. But the true game changer, the seismic event that will redefine your path, is that powerful Venus-Uranus conjunction at the final, fateful degree of your sign. For 8 relentless years, Uranus, the planet of radical change and liberation, has been tearing through your life like a cosmic wrecking ball, systematically dismantling your deeply cherished sense of security, forcing you to evolve beyond your comfort zone, and pushing you into uncharted, often uncomfortable territory. And let's be brutally honest, Taurus, it has been utterly exhausting. You're a sign that instinctively craves stability, predictable routine, and tranquil predictability. And Uranus has delivered the exact opposite. But today, my dear Taurus, it all unequivocally pays off. The conjunction of the Aneretic degree represents the final, spectacular climax of this transformative 8-year cycle. And operating under the potent millionaire degree energy, you are exceptionally positioned for sudden, massive breakthroughs. Think unexpected financial windfalls, exhilarating career pivots into entirely new fields, and the emergence of unconventional income streams that previously seemed utterly impossible. This is the universe, with an almost celebratory flourish, rewarding you for every moment you bravely adapted, every instance you courageously let go of the familiar, every time you chose growth over comfort. And here's the absolute best news. On April 25th, Uranus finally leaves your sign for good. After 8 long years of ceaseless chaos and unexpected twists, you finally get to breathe deeply. You finally get to stabilize. You finally get to luxuriate in and enjoy the hard-won fruits of your profound resilience. The Leo moon today imbues you with the fiery courage to make that final liberating leap, to definitively break free from whatever lingering chains are still holding you back. So you can step into this glorious new era completely transformed and deeply, profoundly enriched. Aries, your fire gets unleashed after months of pressure. Courageous Aries, you have, without a doubt, been carrying the immense weight of the entire zodiac on your shoulders this month. With Mars, Mercury, Saturn, Neptune, and the Sun all densely piling into your sign, you've been under truly immense, unyielding pressure. The new moon on April 17th was optimistically anticipated as your fresh start, your clean slate. But instead, it likely felt like running headfirst into an impenetrable brick wall. Every eager step forward was met with frustrating resistance. Every crucial decision you made required superhuman discipline and an almost militant focus. But today, glorious Aries, today, everything dramatically changes. The Leo moon gracefully transits your 5th house, the vibrant domain of creativity, romance, unadulterated joy, and authentic self-expression, forming a harmonious, empowering trine to your heavily emphasized Aries placements. And suddenly, all that pent-up, frustrated fire finally has a magnificent, unobstructed outlet. All that internal frustration and restless energy transforms into unstoppable, exhilarating momentum. The disciplined, almost militant efforts you've been making, diligently fighting through Saturn's restrictive limitations, bravely navigating Neptune's confusing fog, they finally, unequivocally, pay off. Expect career victories that feel earned, creative breakthroughs that ignite your soul, romantic opportunities that sparkle with new potential, and lucky breaks that seem to materialize out of nowhere. The Leo moon takes your raw, unyielding willpower and transforms it into strategic, confident, and enduring triumphs. You're not just moving forward anymore, Aries. You are conquering with every fiber of your being, and the universe is applauding every single audacious step. This is your main character moment, forged through sheer force of will, and is being gloriously validated by the cosmic spotlight. You have unequivocally earned this, Aries. Now, go forth and claim it. What everyone else needs to know right now. Even if you don't have prominent placements in Leo, Taurus, or Aries, understand this. This potent, transformative energy is still very much coming for you. The crucial key lies in understanding precisely where the vibrant sign of Leo falls within your unique personal birth chart. Because that specific house represents the area of your life where you are being powerfully called to step into the spotlight, to claim your sovereignty, and to shine your authentic light. If Leo activates your 10th house, this cosmic nudge is intensely focused on your career, your public reputation, your lasting legacy in the world. If it falls in your 7th house, this energy is illuminating your partnerships, your relationships, and how you genuinely show up for others in your life. If Leo inhabits your fourth house, this transit is deeply rooted in your home, your family, and the very emotional foundation of your being. So, take a moment to discover where Leo lives in your chart, and that, precisely, is where your main character energy will fiercely activate. But here's another vital truth. You need to internalize. Regardless of your individual zodiac sign, this energy doesn't linger indefinitely. You have a critical 48-hour window, beginning from the moment the moon bravely enters Leo today until it gracefully moves into the analytical sign of Virgo on Friday, to consciously harness this incredible cosmic spotlight. And what you choose to do, or not do, within that precise window matters immensely. Will you courageously step forward, or will you instinctively shrink back into the familiar shadows? Will you claim your inherent power, or will you passively give it away? Because here's the stark truth. On April 25th, Uranus, the planet of sudden, shocking change, will ingress into Gemini, initiating a powerful 7-year cycle of rapid mental, technological, and communicative revolution. The world is poised to accelerate and transform in ways we can barely begin to comprehend. And if you don't anchor yourself firmly in a strong, sovereign sense of self now, if you fail to utilize the empowering energy of the Leo moon to forge that unshakable inner confidence, you risk being utterly swept away by the ensuing chaos and relentless pace of change. The Leo moon is your anchor in the coming storm. It is your profound reminder that before you can even begin to navigate the turbulent external world, you absolutely need to know, unequivocally, who you are at your very core. You need to love yourself fiercely, with an untamed passion. You need to trust the intuitive wisdom of your own heart. You need to stand in your radiant light without apology, without reservation. Because when the inevitable winds of change come howling, the people who know themselves, the ones who have courageously claimed their main character energy, they don't merely survive. They don't just endure. They thrive magnificently against all odds. The cosmic directive, delivered with clarity and love, is crystal clear. Stop playing small. Let's bring this powerful message home. Today, April 23rd, the universe is extending to you a rare, unmistakable, and profoundly personal gift. The Leo moon is deliberately shining its brightest spotlight directly upon you. Not to embarrass you, not to expose your vulnerabilities, but to gloriously celebrate you, to lovingly remind you that you were never, ever meant to live in the shadows. It's here to show you, with undeniable clarity, that your light, your creativity, your unadulterated joy, your unique presence, it all matters. Deeply. But this precious gift, like all true treasures, comes with a profound challenge. You cannot receive it passively, as if it were simply handed to you. You cannot sit back and patiently wait for external permission. You have to actively, courageously claim it. You have to step into that dazzling spotlight with your chest boldly out, your head held high, and your heart wide open, ready to receive. You have to silence that insidious voice within that whispers you're too much, or tragically, not enough, and replace it with the irrefutable truth: you are exactly, perfectly, exquisitely who you are supposed to be. The first quarter moon, the intense fixed T-square, the explosive Venus-Uranus conjunction. These are not obstacles designed to trip you. They are powerful catalysts. They are the immense pressure that miraculously transforms raw coal into brilliant diamonds. They are the refining fire that burns away everything false, everything inauthentic, so that only your purest truth remains. And if you lean courageously into that pressure, if you allow it to refine you, to sculpt you, instead of breaking you, you will emerge from this potent transit completely, utterly transformed, radiating with a newfound strength. This is your main character moment, not someday in the distant future, not when you deem yourself ready, but now. Today, the stage is meticulously set. The script, written by the cosmos, awaits your performance. The only question that truly remains is, are you ready to bravely step into the light? If you're still with me, I extend my deepest gratitude for your focused attention. Should this content resonate with you, and you wish to explore more insightful cosmic guidance, please consider clicking the subscribe button. Your support is profoundly appreciated. Feel free to share your personal experiences or thoughts in the comments section below. Until next time, take care of your brilliant self, and remember to subscribe for more illuminating content.